So starting at the bottom left, playing undead, we've got SyDe. It's asking if everything's fine with the ping. And Tak3r is in the top right. We're gonna have a tactical pause. Everybody always says this. A tactical pause. So you might have to fix his sound very quickly here. And like I said, I think SyDe should be a pretty heavy favorite going into this. I think I'm gonna remove this, by the way. No, wait, what? My FPS was 70? What do you guys think? Does Tak3r have a chance? I feel like SyDe is also pretty unique against Orc, which I'm not sure Tak3r will be used to. Like, he likes to play Dreadlords, likes to play with the Sleep, and he has a very good expand build. He goes for the fast expand, get one Nerubian tower, and then if you rush him, whatever it is that's nearby is gonna get slowed, surrounded. And then later on he goes for Necromancers quite a bit as well. Tak3r used to be clan manager for MTW. Well, before he was clan manager, he also was one of the best players in the scene a long time ago. Maybe it was, what, 2003? He was like very famous for all the towering that he did and all of that. A lot of multiple towers, demolisher attacks and all of that. Let me check what was that alert real quick. I don't actually know what some of these sounds mean sometimes when I hear them. I haven't used the BNet launcher for a long time. Thanks Meltdown for the invite, by the way. Yeah, shout out to Meltdown. This showmatch is being showed in multiple meltdowns around the world, everywhere. As we saw, there was quite a long list of those. A lot of them are in France. We got some in Spain, some in Germany. It's pretty cool. I really like what they've done with the franchise, and I hope that many nerds came out to come hang out the showmatch, have a couple drinks. Maybe actually in Paris and London there is some hopefuls for a free round of drinks, as the winner will earn themselves just that. Like I said, I think it's very likely to happen in Paris, because SyDe is obviously a very, very strong player currently in the scene. And he's going for the Death Knight actually. So no Dreadlord Expo. Maybe he's just that confident that he doesn't need to use that build. I feel like sometimes he's had a couple losses as of late with it, but sometimes it doesn't mean you need to condemn the build completely just because you lost a few games. He might just want to play standard here, as we have the Crypt following up. So it's a pretty fast Death Knight. I guess maybe he wants to creep a little bit with it. Usually you wouldn't want to harass, particularly against Orc in the start. And on the other side, we've got a Farseer into Grunt, second Burrow, and then Tak3r's gonna take after that. He does get the extra peon to go up to 20 out of 20. Very, very standard, as Acolyte will scout him. Is this best of 3? Yes, it is. It's a best of 3. So Death Knight's about to come out, and what does he go for? He could go for like this for the item, he could go here. I guess this feels safer to go for this, but imagine you get this and then the opponent rushes you and steals this. That would be pretty bad. I guess he does have the Acolyte to scout for it, but I guess no Orc will ever really come here and steal this, so it might be better to start out with this, because you have that safe one on the other side saved up for later. Courts the Forest Troll High Priest immediately to start working on it. And on the other side, what did we get? Gloves of Haste. So that Farseer is going to be attacking a little bit faster than usual. And behind this, I guess SyDe gets to choose whether he wants to play with a lot of ghouls in the first place, or if he's going to go quickly into Fiends. Like we saw, the Graveyard was already on the way. So he takes very quickly here. 17 out of 20, no second zero at yet. Obviously he can start a Fiend here in a second. As soon as he had the wood, he started the tech. He gets Sentry Wards, one of the best items that you can get. It's funny actually, we were doing the Town Hall meeting talk show on Wednesday, and SyDe talked about this, because we were talking about items, and he said, I still think that Sentry Wards are too strong, because you get 2 of them and they still last a very long time. And keep in mind, they were nerfed a while back. Tak3r's fishing for that second item here. It's gonna come from that one Murloc. Obviously Death Knight wants to threaten. It's gonna push him back with a fast attacking Farseer. In the meantime, Acolyte is scouting the Voodoo Lounge, even doing a bit of damage. Buildings take more damage while they're building like this. This Knight comes in. He has full vision with this. He actually maybe could have stayed out of vision and then coiled, but I guess he didn't want to risk it. He wanted to slow down that creeping. Now, two little skeleton warrior are going to be attacking the Foss here. But TaK3r is defending pretty well so far. Need to be careful with these scripts. I think he might have been trying to pull it. Ooh! I think that must have gotten ensnared here. He was trying to pull it. And maybe messed it up. Loses the Acolyte as well. And the Death Knight is already quite low. Chorus a Grunt. He's gonna go for the kill. TaK3r's getting the block right now. 98. That's gonna die the next Death Coil as Death Coil does 100 damage to units. So very nice catch here. From SyDe. Forcing that out. He's gonna pull the creeps. TaK3r gets ensnared, but the creeps don't aggro, so they're just gonna move back. So TaK3r managed pretty well. I think if he had saved that grunt, I would really like his position now. The fact that he lost that wasn't amazing. He sells the Slippers of Agility. And on the other side, we're gonna head on home. He needs to get a new Rod of Necromancy here on the side, as tier 2 is about to finish. Gets an Arabian Tower to make sure he's gonna be safe in case if he were to get rushed around the main base. Pulls the camp over there. Looks like TaK3r wants to be aggressive now. We've got the Torrent Chieftain on the way. And in a second we'll find out exactly what tech he wants to go into from that point. I'm curious actually. I guess like Bestiary is like the standard, yeah. But does he do something like tier 2? I mean, the economy of TaK3r is not that amazing because he's been creeping somewhat slow because SyDe has kind of stayed on him. SyDe's gonna spot. This is being stolen. He has Death Coil available for that one Murloc. If it goes under 100 hit points, he's not coiling it for some reason. I think he really wanted to steal it. He's saving cards for like Fiends or something. He's trying to kite whatever he can, but Wolf was pulled back on time. Farsi is actually really close to level 3. He pops the Clarity. If TaK3r was able to get that level 3, that would help a lot with Wolf's level 2 to actually creep camps with the TC. Which is coming up now.
A player's forces are under attack.
These fights always seem like nobody really should be losing anything, right? Because you send back the units when they're starting to get low as Orc. Same with Undead, you got Death Coil, you got Unholy Aura. So you should be able to get out with everything. Slaughterhouse is on the way. And the tier 3 started very quickly as well for SyDe, who's now got a Lich. I wonder what spell is actually going to go for. I need to move the Meltdown logo maybe later actually. It's hiding a little bit. I will do it now since I think it's slightly disengaging. Give me a sec. We'll just move it elsewhere. Yeah, let's do it here. I think this doesn't hide much at all. Let me know if it does. SyDe is a central word, so he saw TaK3r heading down there, but he said, you know what? I don't really care if you steal this, because I'm going to steal your shop. There is a massive consumable here. If you can get a greater mana or greater healing on this one, this is the dream. Sometimes you'll get mana steal as well, or Scroll of the Beast. Ooh, Raider gets... I mean, this is more the priority. Gets a mana steal, so not the best. Can you get the surround before that expires? Yep. That's a big catch here, the first Raider of the Orc player. He's gonna go down very quickly. He's trying to get his TC on top of things. I think maybe if he had Speed Scroll there, he could have gotten there on time, but there is Frost Armor available. When Fiend's gonna get targeted. Oh my god, he got ensnared on another one. So he's gonna TP out to try and get out. There is no Chain Lightning, but he gets the kill anyway. Wow, a big catch for TaK3r. Have you guys heard that quote from Happy? He said that with every Fiend that you lose 10% chance of winning. Happy Fuchsius say that. So it has to be true. Do you sell that? It's always conflicting to fight a one on mana stealing because it feels like greater mana or greater healing is just so much better, but at the same time, not only do you gain mana, you also take some away from the opponent, and I think the taking away is like a very important part of it.
Players' forces are under attack.
Getting both shops here is amazing. I mean, in terms of item, obviously not all the creeps on the other one were gained by SyDe. TaK3r is pulling back his Foss here. I really like that. So this is gonna get level 3 here very soon if he can get a few more creeps. That skeleton will not do it. And he went for tier 3 actually. I wonder if we see a third hero, like a Shadow Hunter or something. He's getting headhunters now.
Forces are under attack.
And I guess he don't have a Kodo, right? No. So he starts to watchtower the Expo. I mean, it's Tak3r we're talking about. Come on, if he made 0 towers in a game, that would be preposterous. That guy wanted a piece of the Lich. Just stuck around the longest time. Orb. He's now there for sides. He's got a... Oh, he found a greater mana. That's amazing for him, obviously, on the other shop. I guess he's gonna sell that one. What item do we see here? I'm feeling healing wards, guys. Ankh might be one of the best. Hellstone, that's not bad at all. Because he already got a lot of mana, so some survivability is very nice. Especially because he doesn't have TP. Like, it's very expensive to get a 350 item here, so... He hasn't bought one. He's confident enough that if he fights out on the map, he's gonna do well. Dark Ranger is now hired by SyDe. And I'm guessing that when Tak3r got here, the Sentry Road might still have been up, so now SyDe is trying to show up on time to not let this creep get away. He had the Nova. I don't think he got it. Transforms the Destroyer. Tak3r is still being attacked in the back a little bit by those creeps. He's gonna get on top of this army. Can he land a massive stomp? He does! In the middle of a lot of those fiends here. But the Destroyer can't really be countered, and one of those one of those Berserkers here, Headhunters, died pretty quickly. The Kodo's gonna join the fight, but it's a little late. It feels like Tak3r is lacking units. His Farseer is getting targeted. He doesn't TP on time. He just loses his hero. And from there, it's gonna be pretty hard to win without the Farseer. That should not have happened. He doesn't even have a speed call to try and evacuate now, so... SyDe is still coiling left and right. He pops the greater healing on the Lich, I think that was. As he still has the mana still on the Death Knight and still a little bit of mana to work with. Tak3r's trying to evacuate, hits a little bit of statue while going out. And that Expo still hasn't started. And SyDe takes a massive win in that fight. And I mean, one single tower by itself here is not going to do much. I think SyDe can just easily attack that. Yeah, the Farseer kind of evaporated very fast here. It was in the middle of the army. If you're undead here, you're not thinking, I'm going to target the Farseer at any cost. But if the Farseer is in the middle of your entire army and you're an undead, obviously you're going to click on it. You're going to bring it down in hit points. And when it's finally low enough, you can coil it. It had a TP, so technically could have just TP'd out. I'm going to move the logo a little more since I guess we don't see the... I'll put it there. We'll always see the third hero that way. What spell's been taken? It looks like Silence and Black Arrow so far for the Dark Ranger. So Farseer being remade is remaking a Kodo. And yeah, those were some big losses. Berserker upgrade is very important here. Obviously.
Forces are under attack.
He found a Wand of Illusion. SyDe is just happy to creep at this point because he hasn't broken 50 supply yet. He actually goes for an Acolyte. Oh, he's expanding, okay. It feels like he could have stayed on one base and try and finish, but maybe he thinks that like that's the safer way to play. Actually, Torrent Chieftain is carrying a tiny Great Hall, so Tak3r, despite losing the tower here, is like, I'm just gonna expand. I need to make something big happen. This might put a lot of pressure on SyDe to try and push, but his army is still looking super scary, and he's gonna see it pretty much immediately. See, it's going down, it's building.
A player's forces are under attack.
Boom! I know you're expanding. I'll be there in a sec. In the meantime, he's still creeping. Death Knight gets level 4, gets Scourge Bone Chimes. He might sell it, I guess. On the other side, we got a Cloak of Flames. Actually, I didn't even really see that earlier on the reds. So he's gonna sell the Vampiric Aura. It is. Boots of Quel'Thalas, not the best. It does give a little bit of extra armor, but I think if you're under 50, it's so worth to sell that because it does give a decent amount of gold. Damn, those skeletons have been really annoying here. When does SyDe attack? Yeah, that's the question. I mean, it just expanded. They both did. I'm curious. Does he actually want to attack? Lich is very close to level 4. And he's still for now adding more Crypt Fiends. Ooh, Lich is gonna get level 4 in 1 unit kill here. Silences the TC as it's coming in. I don't think you want to use the invuln here. You need to wait for that to expire. Maybe for the next one. So he stomps as soon as he can. Death Knight is actually going somewhat low. SyDe killed the Kodo very quickly. He melts one Raider. Death Knight is getting targeted. He has no chain lightning. And I think that was a potion. I don't think he has Death Pact, does he? Oh, I can't even see. It's like too small preview for me on my other screen. Death Knight being targeted again. I mean, he has a TP. Like, worst comes to worst, he TPs at the last second. The fact that TC has no mana potion, there is no threat. Oh my god, the Farseer is just gonna melt. And with it, Tak3r's chances to win this game. He rebuys the Farseer. He still has TP. And this time he's gonna TP, but... Oh my god, the TC... He's going for units instead. One more grunt dice. He just TPs out with 2 heroes. And Tak3r is in a world of trouble. He's trying to get some towers at his expo, but he has 30 supply against SyDe's 60. Fiends have 2-0 upgrades. That majestic destroyer here flying around. And I mean, you can't let your expo die here if you're Tak3r. If that expo dies, he's lost the game. So I think he's gonna try to take one last fight, but there's just so much. Tak3r is actually out of mana. Can't work with any silence here, but he's got so many units anyway, it might not matter. Death Knight getting targeted again. He's doing what he can to try and take him out. SyDe's just pulling back correctly. That's the last stomp here that I think he's ever gonna have in this game. Coil onto the Farseer. Tak3r, that's gonna be it here for game 1. TC trying to get out of there. Gets melted. Down to 18 supply. SyDe just would not lose this Death Knight. GG gets called and SyDe goes up 1-0.